Kake, and I am a numerologist. And today we are going to be doing some of the numbers on the numerology chart for the United States of America. Let's get to know our country a little bit. Let's get to know what's going on here. Let's see. Let's feel the vibe. Okay, I'm doing too much. So today, what I'm going to cover is the life path number, the birthday number. So these are both based off of the birth date, and the birth date that I'm using is July 4th, 1776. My partner and I were kind of going back and forth. Was it like Declaration of Independence or the Constitution? But I feel like the Declaration of Independence was the one day, the new beginning, the yes, I decided, and the Constitution was part of its expansion. So life path number and birthday number are going to be based off of the birth date, July 4th, 1776 for the United States of America. And then I'm going to go over destiny number, personality number, the heart's desire number or soul urge number. And those are based off of the name. So I'm using the United States of America. Those. Then I will go over the personal year number. So for 2023 specifically, the personal year for the United States. And then the personal month number for May of 2023 for the United States specifically. The life path number for the United States of America is a 5. A 5 is the number of change and expansion and travel and and freedom. Land of the free. And our life path is a 5. I think that's super cute. And so with this life path of people who have a 5 life path, 5s are social butterflies. Like, they just are. They can say stuff that other people can't say. Like, you will hear what they say and you're like, I cannot believe that person didn't punch you in the face. But instead they're laughing and they're having a great time. Like that's who they are. They like to travel. They don't really like to be tied down. Yeah, they like to do different things. They want to see things. They want to taste things. They want to feel things. They like the senses. They like things. In the United States of America. I mean, well, whatever. It's whatever. So, every number, life path number, when you're doing good, you're doing good. When you're doing bad, you're doing bad. And of course, with each number, there's the dark side and the light side or whatever. But basically, when somebody is misaligned in those things, that can lead to manipulation. Like, they can be quite manipulative. They could be secretive. They could toy with people a little bit for things that they feel like they deserve, and use people to get what they feel like they deserve. And that's when somebody is in their misalignment, where they're not in their best, when they are letting their egos take control. And a little bit when we see how America is, the United States of America is, when we see the negative things about it, it kind of fits into those things. But anybody who does stuff like that, it's a negative thing. It's a very broad statement. And when we're doing good, the great things that people think about us are the things that they think about us, is that we are free and that we can change things and that we can expand on things and that when people come here, they can change and they can expand and they can be free. That is the life path of the United States of America. Over time, they won't want to stick with a lot of commitments. They want to be able to change and grow. So some people who used to be their friends may not be their friends anymore. They're fine with cutting people off. Okay, on to the birthday for the United States of America is 4. It's 4. And 4 is basically hard work. It's hard work. Hard work. Now, the birthday number really kind of just lets you know what things you're good at, like kind of skills that you have, like the attributes you already have, like things that you're natural, like that will be easy for you, just a little bit easier for you. That doesn't mean that everything under this thing will come easy to you, but it does mean that some of these things will come easy to you, and some of them might be like really easy to you. With the skills and attributes of your character, if you have a birthday of 4, things that you can be good at is hard work. It makes it to where the hard things that are hard for most people are easy for you. And so it also makes it to where you're like, why can't you do this? Are you an idiot? Why don't you know how to do that already? I was born knowing how to do this. How do you not know how to do this very extremely difficult thing that is extremely easy for me to do? That is my partner's a 4, so can you tell that I'm a little bit like but that's really how it is. Like, it makes it to where organization, very well organized, willing to put in hard work, yeah, willing to really exert energy to make sure that things run smoothly. And the reason why, like being well organized and all of that, it really helps. It makes it to where hard work is easy to do whenever you have a plan. Not that people are going into it without a plan necessarily, but when you're good at planning, then it makes it a little bit easier as well. And so naturally, the way that it feels whenever it comes to being a nation and us as a people in this nation with a birthday whose skills and natural attributes that of the land that we are on, that it has become based off of giving it a name and giving it the birth of a nation, because there's still a lot of other things that go with that. But the energy is a 4. So the culture is very much okay. The society is very much kind of okay with doing this hard work, or when they are aligned, they are very well organized. When they are aligned, they make hard work easy. When they are not aligned, then things keep trying to get planned, but it gets disheveled. When they are not aligned, then it makes it to where the only hard work you're putting in is against yourself. Now, we can be in alignment. We can learn how to be in alignment. Just knowing that these are things that we are good at. It's not that we aren't going to still have to deal with hard things. It's not that the work is going to be easy, but we will have the energy to exert ourselves because the land has this put on it. This is what we have. This is the energy. This is part of the ingredients that we're working with. This is the essence that we are working with. We have a life path of a 5 and a birthday of a 4. And that's just based off of the date. Now we also include the name, which is the United States of America. And so we're going to go to the destiny number, which is a 9. And destiny is pretty much as it says, destiny. What is it meant to be? How is it supposed to shape? I mean, it is the life path. It's basically, if you add our life path and our day number of 5 and 4, it equals 9. Destiny is based off of the name, but I don't necessarily think of that as a coincidence. Especially as I move further down into the other numbers for the numerology chart for the United States. Because, spoiler alert, the personality number is a 4, and the heart's desire or soul urge number is a 5. So it's life path, birthday, 5, 4. Destiny, 9. Personality, 4. Heart's desire, 5. So, anyway, destiny number is a 9. 9 is about assessing and consolidating and getting rid of things that no longer serve in order to make room for things that we need to be starting in order to and sometimes it's not like, oh, you're gone, you're cut out. It's like, this is consolidation. Consolidation is a very specific vocabulary word that I very much enjoy, because it doesn't mean just to like bring things together. It means things to bring things together and make it stronger. And so when it comes to destiny, the destiny of the United States of America, the destiny number of the United States of America has the energy of ultimately consolidation and all the things that lead up to it. So it doesn't necessarily mean that every 9 there is going to be called consolidation, but it's definitely going to be one of the steps towards it. And the ultimate destiny of the United States of America is to bring together and to help. When in alignment, when out of alignment, when out of alignment, then that is usually like a whirlwind of anxiousness. And when a destiny number is high like that, it's powerful. It just has more pull. It just has more weight to it. It's simply a higher quantity. It simply has more mass. 9 is more. And so, say if a person has a 9 destiny number, they can find themselves quite anxious and waiting for these things to happen, because they know, they sense what it's supposed to be. And they're excited for the greatness that they can be and the greatness that they can provide. But being scared of not being able to provide it, being scared in general, starts out with just this small thing. Once you're scared of one thing, it does become easier to be anxious about other things. And so when we translate this to a nation, we can start to hear just a lot of news and things that are worried about our future. But we also have the full ability to fix it and help, and we shall. That is the destiny. It is destiny. Okay. Next, we're moving to the personality number, which is a 4, as I told you. Oh, which is a 4, as I told you before. Um, it's a 4. So this is how people come, like how people come off. That is what the personality number is. This is the material thing. This is this doesn't really mean much. This is just how people perceive you, how people are perceiving. Um, Kind of at first glance could be similar to what people say as a sun sign for astrology. So the way that people see America. Hell, think of the personality of America. What do we present? The American dream. Pick yourself up by the bootstraps. When people are thinking about coming to America, they know that's going to be hard work to even get over there. Then once they're there, they know they're going to have to work hard, but they know ultimately that it leads to freedom. That they are doing it for freedom. So the personality number is a 4. Which also means that sometimes, you can come off as a little bit difficult because you have your way of doing things. They very organized. Even whenever America, the United States of America, is disorganized, it still seems quite organized. Even whenever, like, they're organized, just kind of like there's just too many organizations. And then even the people of America, people who are here, our main class, our middle class, the main people, hard workers. I mean, we are good at working hard. I mean, our culture is grind cut culture, hustle culture, like all this stuff. That is the personality, which is it's not real. It's fake. It's a material thing. It's a mask. Because ultimately, the heart's desire number, the soul's urge, is a 5. And that is for change, expansion, relief. Relief is such an underrated emotion. If you have ever been in an anxiety attack or in extreme amount of pain or in between contractions or after a big like race or something, I don't know. If you've ever been in a high stress situation or a high pain situation and then that came to an end, it's something that we don't notice a lot, but relief is one of the most beautiful feelings of serenity, of true serenity, of peace. And we love the way it feels. I mean, we don't want to go through that stuff again, but whenever we are relieved of it, because it's something, those are things that we can't exactly control. But relief is something that is pure. And that is the soul's urge of the United States of America, is to provide relief, provide change, and to expand, and not in the way that it has expanded in its manipulative way, but in a way through love, in the way that when a 5 is truly aligned, the way that it should do. Not in the way that 5s have done when they are not aligned, which is through manipulation and through means that are unnecessary because they have all the tools to do it purely. So the soul urge of this very young country is a 5. This country is so young. So when you think of like the arc of a human life, if you look at a 5's life, if they have experienced some type of trauma or something, or they feel like they've been wronged in any way, and they are, whatever reason that they may be teetering over into their misaligned side, especially during teenage years because of hormones and puberty and all of that, during those times you might notice that they may become, and I feel I use manipulative as a word, but I feel like it's quite more negative of a word, but I don't see it as such a negative. I think manipulation is an objective word because whenever you can manipulate clay into a sculpture, and that doesn't mean that the clay wanted to be a sculptor. The clay probably just wanted to stay laying in the dirt and laying next to all of its clay friend and didn't want anybody rubbing it around and putting it under fire and all that. It probably just wanted to stay as pavement or whatever, but that isn't what happened. Anyway, so whenever somebody is around that time, when they're having misalignment, when they're having these new hormones in their body and all of that, you might see them become manipulative or envious of people instead of being happy of that for them and all of that. And that usually just goes away, and they learn like, oh, that isn't a way to be. If they ever learn it, because there are people who just are still learning, and they may not see that in themselves yet. They may still be considering themselves like really a victim at the time, or not being able to be their own hero yet, which will change, because then when that does, then it's so much easier to be like, all right, I can do that, and I can go around, and I want to go talk to people, and I want to meet people, and I want to be, I want to be out there. And fives really can navigate the energy of all the numbers. Like, they really do take from both sides. Like, even I feel like a lot of fives can really understand the life paths of nines and all of the other ones. I feel like everybody can understand and empathize with them, but I really feel like fives can really put on those shoes, walk in those shoes. Um, and it's such a beautiful thing that the life path and the soul urge is both a five for the United States of America. That all being said, we're going to talk about this year, 2023. Is the personal year number nine. Number nine for the United States of America. So, for 2023, the United States of America and all of its individual cells, which is us human beings living inside of it, are going to have this energy of consolidation. We're going to be assessing. We're going to see what things of the last 9 years, what things of our past in general, any things that tasks that we should have completed long ago, things that need to go down that to-do list, and see what we're going to be doing next. That's just simply what's going to be happening this year. This is the energy that we're going to be wanting to do. Like, we will be getting rid of things that just no longer serve us, relationships that are not necessarily a drain, but ones that weren't going to be on our path of destiny anyway. And it's a time for reflection and then deciding, what do I want to do next? Let me think about that. What do I want to do for my next 9 years? What are the seeds that I want to plant? Now that I've made room in my greenhouse and I've put these plants over here and they've been moved here, I have more space for some seedlings and such. What am I going to be planting? So we'll be looking at the things that have been failing. I'm sure, this is what the point of the government is supposed to be about anyway, is looking at the laws and looking how things are changing and looking at how come recessions happen and looking at taking care of our people and all of these things, all these very complicated, convoluted, many steps, bureaucratic things of this game that has been created and the rules that have been created by us. It's so crazy, the prison of our own rules that we've created. It's beautiful. It's beautiful how strong it is as a collective, how we've created it. So yeah, we're gonna focus on things that we can get rid of, mindsets, habits, uh, projects that just weren't taken off, um, or projects that you're just like, you know what, I don't feel happy doing it anymore. Maybe I'll come back to it in a few years and I'll feel happy doing it again. But I'm going to move to something that does make me feel a little happy when I do it, or more happy. In preparation for 2024, which will be a 1 year. Time to plant new seeds. And 2024, lots going to be going on. So there's going to be a lot of planning, a lot of seed planting then. Right now, we're in a 9. Let's look back at our last 9 years of America while we've been living in America. If you've been here the whole 9 years, look back on how your life has been, how it has interacted with the economy, how it has interacted with social media, and how things have changed in general, with all the ways that things have been handled by our country. See which one of those things you can get rid of that weren't great for you. Things about that you're done seeing. I personally decided to get rid of being on social media. So I don't watch any real shorts, any of the things where I'm swiping like this. I don't do it. I had a dream where I was on the toilet scrolling on my phone. In my dream. So that's not, probably shouldn't do that. So I stopped watching any of that short stuff, and I started doing one thing at a time instead of multitasking, because that is a very American thing that we've taken into, and I used to take a lot of pride into how well I could multitask, and it just hadn't served me. It really hasn't served me, and although I was good at it and I didn't really make mistakes or whatever, it was good. It was fun, but it was a distraction ultimately. And when you do one thing at a time, things will still get done on time. They will. Things don't take that long to do. So we feel like we need all this time to do things, and that's why it's because we're multitasking, because we're doing too much all at once. And so it feels like, oh, I'm only doing this one thing, I'm not getting enough done, but you actually are. And so those are things that I let go of. I let go of multitasking, and I let go of short videos. Short scrolly videos. All right. So we've done all the things, personal year number. So lastly, we're going to just do May of 2023. The personal month number for the United States of America in May is 5. That doesn't mean that yours is going to be 5. Yours might be 8. Mine's 8. So take a look at your own personal month number and kind of compare that. Compare your personal year number to the personal year. And so you know what essences we're working on. What are the foundations that we're working on? What can it hold on top of it? What things do we want to put in the soup to make a good soup? And so these are the ingredients right now. Okay? It is a 5 personal month number for the United States of America. So people are going to want to change. We're going to feel that energy. We're going to want to expand, We're going to want to try new things that we've been wanting to try. We're going to let's travel, let's have some relief. And that makes sense, the weather's getting nice. And it's right in that in-between phase before all the storms come and before all the heat comes and before all the, we can have a nice little respite of all of the extreme weather and all the things. But also be careful while driving. Always be careful while driving. Always be a defensive driver. But a lot of people are going to be traveling. So they're going to be in places that they're not used to, right? And so we just be aware. You don't have to be worried about it. Just be aware. Just be aware. Don't be distracted while driving. And enjoy yourself. Try something new. Try something new. See what your personal month is. So, with me having an 8 month, I'm trying something new. And what that trying something new is I'm doing this. I'm deciding to do things on the internet with my numerology because I've done it for myself and I've done it for my family, or I've done it for my mom, and I do it for people that I love. Um, and so I want to do it for other people that I love that I don't really know yet. But I love everyone, truly. So um, if it helps anyone kind of see, like, oh, okay, this is what I need to be working on right now, so then you can be one step closer to your goal, then I'm so happy for that. Because ultimately, I do things selfishly. If everybody else is happy, then my day is going to be better. Otherwise, I pick up on it. I don't like it. So I just want people to be in balance and not afraid of what the future has to hold for them. And so for now, don't be afraid to do something different. Don't be afraid to get in there. If you have your personal month number as, let's see, as a 4, which is like hard work, that means it's going to be easy for you to do something that maybe you want to redo your garage. Maybe you want to go in there, clean it all out, and make it into a workspace. Because you've been doing this little hobby in your house for a little while, making candles or soap or something in this like room, and you've been kind of, or in your kitchen, and you're like, you know what? That garage is a nice space. We never put the car in it. All we do is use it for storage. Let's go ahead and just kind of clean it up, give myself a nice space. So then when I'm messing with all the smells or whatever, I'm just saying that because I used to make candles and it got pretty smelly, and I used to do it in my kitchen. And like, so if it's in the garage, I can open up the garage door and like really not have all those fumes in my brain and all that, all these things. And you'll have the energy to be like, you know what, I'm going to do that. But that also means it doesn't have to be all on the material plane. It might be I'm doing hard work on myself. I need to go to my heart's garage, and I need to make space for my heart's candle projects. I'm sorry. What a terrible way to say it. But yeah, sometimes the hard work is internal. Sometimes the hard work is, okay, we're going to do homeschooling, or I'm going to try this other thing. It's all these other things. It could be so much. It is so specific to your life. No one's trying to be a fortune teller or anything like that. It's just the energy that is around, and it shouldn't be this whole thing that you look at the number and like, well, I have to do this. It's just more of that is the energy that you're working with today, so it's going to be easier to do those things. One thing I will say though, if you're on a personal day 2 and you plan, don't plan on a 2-day. That's my one thing. You could plan on any other day, but on a 2-day, that's the worst day to plan. Every single time, I just want to plan on a 2-day. I want to plan on 1 day when you're supposed to plan. I do that, and I lay my whole plan out. And then all of a sudden on Tuesday, I'll be trying to plan again. But think about it. It's a 1 and a 1. And y'all got to be partners. This is second Monday, basically. Second Monday. And so you try and make plans, and all of those plans fall through for me every time. So if you want to try it out and see if it works or not, sure, go ahead. That's your life. But just as somebody who has trial and errored myself a whole bunch on this, my one advice, just don't plan anything on a 2-day. You can do stuff on a 2-day. Like for tomorrow, like on a 1 year, I'm going to do this, this, and this. But just follow the plans that have already been set. Don't make new plans. Don't create any plans on that day. If you're on a 2 day, if you're in a 2 day, don't start writing, oh, this is going to be my to-do list for today or for 3, 4, 5, 6 through 9. Because on 1 is when you planned it. You could plan on a 3 day because you're socializing and stuff like that. You could plan on a 4 day. You could do some plans here and there. But I would say just like try and plan as much as you can on a 1 day. 1 is great for planning. That was it. Okay, that's my little ramble on that. So yeah, try something new. Go travel. Have fun. Live your life. Love yourself. Love others. Be safe. And enjoy your May.